Hello, and welcome back to FATED Ataraxia. Last time, mood whiplash? Two seemingly very significant scenes, like events, whatever you want to call them in this. Very different tones. Both involving monsters, though. Both quite good, but still. Ooh. So, I can... Sakura. Go shopping, so this is with Sakura. Okay. No, yeah, this sounds fun. Yeah, today what I wanted to do, and I don't know if I'll get through all of it, I am a little limited on time to do anything extra. We'll see where the dice lie at the end of the day. Does that even make sense? No, that probably doesn't make sense. I am doing this the day before, and I'm going to be doing that for a while because I've been busy as fuck lately. But, let's go. I promised to go out with Ryder. Yes, I did. I'm vaguely happy that that whole scene with her backstory did not involve Emiya getting to, like, know it or something like that. That would make this a lot more of a damper on my mood if we were doing this with Sakura and all that sort of stuff. It was just sort of this... I sort of want to go back to see if, like, that was something that you could only do on the fourth day, because it felt like a fourth day style bad end in a sense, but... the promise itself was for us to go shopping for clothes together with Sakura, but Ryder seemed reluctant to go.
Ryder, ちょっといいか?
白ですか? どうぞ.
As I hear her typically cool reply, I open the door. Ryder's been idly resting in her room. It doesn't look like she has anything especially important to do.
よかった. Ryder, 今日は暇か?
難しい質問ですね。あえて言えばさしたる用事もありませんが。
Ta-da! She is absorbed in her reading as always. It is a convenient time to invite her out.
それならさくらと買い物に行かないか? あ、いや、俺も一緒に行くんだけど。
私もですか?
Do you not remember? She gives a dubious reply. Well, naturally, it's unusual for the three of us to go out shopping together.
ああ、ほら、この前いろいろ約束したじゃないか。
はあ、わかりました。あとはさくらの都合ですね。
Like Sakura's servant that she is, Ryder stands up. Girls always have to make all kinds of preparations. I guess I'll just have to go ahead and wait for them. Somehow, Ryder doesn't seem to be in a good mood. As I thought she suspects something. During the promise that night, Ryder seemed disinterested to the very end. I feel a tinge of guilt for pushing her regardless. And it's together with both Ryder and Sakura, huh? I wonder what somebody watching us would think. They probably would guess that Ryder's our guardian, or maybe that Ryder and Sakura are friends and I'm Sakura's older brother? I wonder about that. Sakura's taking a pretty long time to get ready. The phone in the living room rang, but somebody answered it before I could get up. Oh wait, look, something happened on my phone. It's not a call though.
シントで待ち合わせにすればよかったかな。
Yeah, I've been sitting by the front door for a while now, checking the fold-out ads in the morning newspaper. Let me guess, Ryder is trying to, not tell Sakura. Ryder was suddenly standing behind me. Startled, I jumped back.
どうしたライダー? 気になる広告でもあったか?
その、申しにくいのですが。
She's speaking strangely. Is there some kind of trouble or...
すみません、先輩。
A very flustered Sakura comes running up in her school uniform? As I'm thinking, going to Shinto in uniform? Well, it's not that strange. Among other things, she hastily puts on her shoes.
さくら、靴べらです。
Something happened with her club?
ありがとう、ライダー。あ、先輩すみません。 弓道部のことで休養ができちゃってすぐに学校に行かないと。だから
So we're gonna have to go do just the two of us instead of canceling, right?
さくらは一緒に買い物に行けないということです。
Ryder adds and Sakura flies out the door. Just as she's leaving the house, Sakura turns back.
先輩、今日はライダーのことをお願いしますからね。それじゃあ行ってきます。
Haha.
行ってらっしゃい。交通事故に遭わないよう気をつけて。
Did you notice what she said? Watch out for traffic. That's... It almost seems double meaning. Sakura runs off in a big hurry. Since being appointed to, as the captain of the archery club, she's become a lot more spirited. Before, she would have been really dejected about not being able to go. It's a very welcome change. Anyway, telling me to take care of Ryder implies
で、お願いされてしまったようなんだけど、
that we will.
ライダー。
That we will. The silence is painful. The original plan was to go with both Sakura and Ryder. However, the crucial member Sakura has now gone missing. I don't want to exaggerate, but I'm not good at dealing with sudden accidents like these.
さくらが急いでいたので私が送ろうかと言ったのですが、私は素人一緒にと言って聞きませんでした。
There was at least an implication, though.
俺もその方がいいんじゃないかと思うんだけど。どうしたもんか。
I'm a bit lost here. We stand by the door, utterly bewildered. There's definitely something off about just the two of us going shopping together. It doesn't even compare to going out with Emiya. No, even if it was someone like Saber, this is so weirder on a whole new level. Ryder, whom Sakura left in my care, is just as confused.
どうしますか、シロ。
I mean, the obvious answer is reschedule. We were doing this on a whim anyways. Just make sure we do it another day.
買い物は後日延期というのも一つの手だ。
私もそれがいいと思います。
だがしかし、さくらにライダーのことをお願いされた以上、今日一日テレビ見てせんべいかじってたといえば、後でさくらがどのぐらいがっかりするかも割と明白だ。
So maybe we make plans that are more appropriate for just the two of us.
それはもうなんでライダーの相手してあげないんですか、先輩。せっかくの機会なんですから、ライダーをちゃんとエスコートしてあげてください。ライダーだって女の子なんですから、たまにはシントで羽を伸ばさないとダメなんです。先輩、セイバーさんにはお世話焼きなのにライダーには冷たいんですね。いいですいいです、先輩のこと見損なっちゃいました。だ、先輩の解消なし、どうせ私とライダーは日陰者ですよーだ。
You know, pretty early on in that, I was like, yeah, this doesn't really feel like what Sakura would say. By the end, definitely did not feel like something she'd say. Yeah, that's not right. This is more than just disappointment, it's plain sulking.
私はそれでも構わないのですが。
Are you now? Are you really? Really, truly? Because you didn't seem that into it even when it was with Sakura.
すまん、俺が悪い。あ、いや、それ以前にさくらの言うことは一理ある。
What? Her gaze says as she looks at me. Is Tosaka available? Could we get an opinion that isn't just Emiya's? Maybe Saber can come along and be another judge for what's cute and whatnot. I think the problem with this arrangement has less to do with those two going, but more so the goal of it and what Emiya's role in it is, if he's, especially if he's the only one doing it. It doesn't even matter. Get Issei. Yes, let's get Issei. Well, time to gather up my courage.
ライダーが良ければ一緒に外に行こう。
私だけですか？セイバーやタイガはどうしますか？
Adding more people to our party now would be strange. Why not? Whatever. Shaking her head, it looks like she's finally given up.
わかりました。それがシローの望みでしたら、お供させていただきます。
If other people want to come with, I wouldn't object to it either.
決まった。じゃあ出るか。
はい。私はいつでも準備できています。
Somehow I think that's something only a naturally beautiful woman could say. You think that one would wear something more fashionable or bold for an outing like this, but then Ryder's problem is that she doesn't have anything like that.
どうしました？シロ？何か気苦労でも？
Would you... whatever. I'm guessing my own sensibilities. I'd probably, if anything, go the opposite. Wear something comfortable so when you're dealing with the clothes, you at least have something comfortable to fall back on.
なんでもない。マウント宮山商店街じゃない。新都まで行こうか。
In my haste, our schedule has returned to a blank slate once again. Well, I'll take her out to Shinto, and I'm sure I'll think of something there. Are we gonna go to, like, the... Wait, the girls' only store. Was that just, like, stuffed animals, or did it have stuff beyond that? I don't remember. Now then, I notice this all the time, but Ryder attracts attention. It's somewhat different, it's a somewhat different matter than with Saber. Saber just has that charming air about her, but with Ryder, we're more likely to inspire looks of jealousy.
シロ？到着しましたが、今日の計画はあるのですか？
計画というほどのものはまだ。
At first, I had only thought of going shopping with Sakura. Her first and foremost worry would be to make sure the three of us are enjoying ourselves together. Unfortunately, Ryder and I are a poor match for just having fun. I'm just the way I am, while Ryder thinks of Sakura first. How we would have fun together is beyond me.
賑やかですね。この街はいつも。
ライダーの地元は、違うもんな。いろいろ。
Can't even begin to imagine what the Mediterranean Sea was like during the Age of Gods.
さて、ここに立ち止まっていると迷惑でしょうから、動きます、シロ。
同感。そうだな、あっち行こう。
For now, there's still some time before lunch. It'll be hard to find our way around during lunchtime, however, so first...
先に昼飯にしよう。今なら空いてるはずだから。
わかりました。シロのおすすめの場所でしたら、私も喜んで。
Even after being told that, I still don't know what to do. It fears that the pub I used to work at wouldn't be open, so I've no choice but to choose from the places I've heard about from Tsusaka and Sakura.
シロ、私はセイバーほど食事にこだわらないので、安心してください。
Ryder easily says something that would make Saber indignant with rage if she were to ever overhear it. No, Saber isn't with us. What, did you spend like a second looking around like, she isn't here, is she? We're gonna level the city if she is. She isn't with us, a big relief. This place. We order the hot sandwich early lunch combo. I brought Ryder to this cafe, doing our best not to stand out. Whether it's with Saber or Ryder, when we stand in line together, I just make her look even better. What, from the height difference? From you think you'll look bad, or? I already dread the inevitable, hey Emiya, who's that beauty with the super long hair you were together with during the weekend? A new girlfriend? And if you're going to call her my new girlfriend, just, who's my old girlfriend supposed to be? Issei. I mean, Issei's best girl, but if you're gonna assume previous girlfriend, Issei. I mean, you spend a lot of time with him. I'm just saying.
まさか、それは藤ねえか。
Nah. I don't think anyone can see Fujine and think, oh, yeah, there's a real chance there. That's why Gaster's crazy.
確かに私が来る前にはそう見えたかもしれませんが、それはあまりにも桜に失礼というものではないのでしょうか。
How did Ryder answer that so precisely? Worried that it might have been seen through by those mystic eyes behind her glasses and blurted out something I shouldn't have.
私より桜の方が、こういう場では白には似合います。ですが、大河より似合わないと言われるのは、私の沽券に関わる問題です。
I think for Emiya, it's more a matter of him feeling like he doesn't match you. I weakly sighed in response to Ryder's assertion. In her head, Ryder has constructed a hierarchy of the people in my household, with Sakura way up at the top. Though Ryder puts herself lower down, she doesn't seem too impressed with having Fujine above her.
藤姉と俺でも姉貴と弟っていうか、ライダーでもそう見えると思うぞ。
Yeah, I've never seen anything that really indicates any sort of romantic connection. I vaguely remember something near the beginning of this that was like, well, maybe a little bit of that sort of feeling from Ryder, but I never really got more of that since then. Suddenly I mention us as an office lady cousin or sister and younger grade school brother. Oh boy. Ryder casually looks around the inside of the cafe. Is that so? Her tone of voice says, though it isn't really clear.
本当はこれでも妹なのですが。
Oh, you're gonna open up? Ryder blurts out something incomprehensible. If I had a younger sister who was superior to me in every way like her, it'd be a real problem for me. Not because she'd be muscling in on Ilia's territory, because, you know, you already have that via Ilia, but because I would have no idea how to deal with it. That might be intentional. Ilia's an older sister who doesn't look like it. Ryder's a younger sister who doesn't look like it.
シロ、私が妹だったら困るという顔をしています。
いや、鋭いな、ライダー。
I reflect. Not on whether Ryder is like a sister right now, but how immature I am. If Ryder says I'm your younger sister too, then that's the way it is.
で、この後どうしよう。
I don't think it was that unexpected of a question, but there's no response either.
シロは何がしたいのですか？
何ってそうだな。
Were we really supposed to be heading somewhere with Sakura? That would be...
思い出した。ライダーの服を選ぶって話のはずだ。最初は。
She's different so much that even a passerby would notice. Back then, I recommended that she go shopping with Sakura as well, but Ryder was obstinate right up until the end.
さくらやシロに気を使っていただかなくても結構なのですが、自分の服は自分で選びますから。
いや、確かにそうなんだけど、いろんな学校のライダーも見てみたいなというのは、俺とさくらの共通見解というか。
I try putting on a downcast face that says, "Is it no good?" as I ask her. Even though I hang my head, Ryder's reply is cool.
あなたが期待するほどのものはご覧になれないと思いますが。
なれるよ。それに関してはライダーの過小評価だって言い切れるからな。
私ほどになるとそうも言えないでしょう。可愛いのはさくらにぜひ。私はこれで構いません。
Regular reminder, she's 5'6". She's not that tall. If you would even call it tall. I don't know, that feels on the short side to even call it tall. Still. How blunt? Looks like all I did is make her hate it even more. I played my leftover sandwich and Pickle's wondering what we should do. Pickle fight. Wait, no, that came out weird.
となると、
見ないこともありませんが、テレビでやっていてもあまり見ません。セイバーは好きかもしれませんが。
Saber does spend a lot of time in front of the TV, but does that mean she likes it? I don't know. What does Saber actually like? Food? Does she like all the commercials for food? Anyway, Ryder doesn't seem to be against the movies. Then...
俺も久しぶりだけど、何か見に行こ
う。わかりました。それではシローのおすすめがありますか？
Nah, something this impulsive that we're doing. Let's just go there and actually just pick one out at random. Whatever seems like a decent idea. It's decided. This will take up a good amount of time. If you're not going to the movies for the sake of, like, watching a specific movie, then I'd say be impulsive about it. I feel like it's just more fun that way. But then again, it could be a bad movie, but you know. Even after I went through such trouble to come here with Ryder, it's pathetic that we got bored so quickly. But wait. I just realized that at this point, Might as well be a date. Da 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 da. Tiger the movie and Fate Zero. Tiger the movie. Are those people I should recognize in some form? The movie theater has a Fate Zero and Tiger Dojo the movie. It doesn't say Tiger Dojo. Is that part of the translation? Was it just called Tiger in the original one? Which one should we see? Oh, that is closer than I thought you'd be. If I had to choose... I have a weird history with Fate Zero. So, like I said, I watched it a long time ago. And I remember watching it on a whim of like, oh, it's this good show that's on recently. Because it was like around the time when I was originally like sort of getting into anime as part of that like early sort of like college, late high school a time in my life where anime was becoming popular again to like watch online and stuff like that. It was during that whole time frame. And when before it was like this thing that like watching it online and these streaming stuff and whatnot was a bit, you know, nebulous and not really so much of a thing. I remember that it was one of those shows that popped up and it was popular and or at least well regarded, and I liked it and I watched it. And I liked it. I thought it was pretty good. It wasn't like my favorite thing in the world. But around that time frame, me and my friend group that I'm still quite good friends with had like a sort of movie night thing that we did where we ended up like watching anime and other stuff like, and in actual movies sometimes, rarely, but actual movies sometimes. I threw out a suggestion and we hated it. We hated it so much. I don't know if I've ever talked about it. Like, I actively did not enjoy it during that sitting, too. We forced ourselves through it just in the hopes that it would become better. But, man, there's something about Fate Zero that makes it, I believe, an absolute horrible anime to watch as part of a group. It is something that is way more enjoyable to do as a singular person. I wouldn't be surprised if it's the same with the visual novel too, to some extent, though. That would probably be harder to do as a group. At least Fate Zero is like that. I can't speak to the other ones, obviously. But man, it was an interesting experience to watch it in two very different ways. And to have such a disparity in the amount I enjoyed it each time. Is very interesting. And it really does speak to how much your enjoyment comes out of how you may consume certain sorts of media too. Like, I can imagine like watching something in the movie theater for some movies could be way more enjoyable than, say, watching it on your phone, for example. That sort of thing. So, what were we talking about, Ryder? Ryder's expression says that she would be fine with either. It's up to me, so whichever one, there's no turning back. Now, give me the choice. Give me the choice. Due to some graphic violence, viewer discretion is advised. I knew it! This is the one I would have chosen. Yeah, it was. Oh, fuck you, game. What? Okay, so I fairly regularly go and clear my throat, and I just cut it out of the fucking audio recording when that shit happens. But fuck you, game, for leaving that on screen in the middle of that. Oh my god, what the what? That what?
いない。姉さん。大変です、姉さん。先輩が。
Who died in the storehouse?
なんてこと。姉さんまで。姉さん、しっかり。さくら、抜かったわ。 まさかあんな奴らが出て。
Remember, they're smiling.
会社落ちほど。姉さんしっかり頭とか喋っちゃダメ。今手当てを。
Oh my god, why is there an upskirt? Wait, what? Why is there an upskirt for the chibi doll? What the hell is happening?
姉さんがいかなる仕掛けでこのような。はあ、ここの桜は目も当てられないわね。まるで綿人形のようだわ。
ですがリン、私の知る桜より多少可愛げがある。丸いし。
うまいこと言うわね。状況クリア。
クリア。
それじゃ死んでもらおうかしら。もしやこの人は姉さんじゃないのでは。
How long is this gonna go, I wonder? I succeeded in cyber summoning. What? The Ryota Zakarin, but the mirror world is eroding. Is this is just photographs of the real world? Probably. Wait, no. No, yeah, they're filtered photographs. They're sent through like a Photoshop filter. What the fuck? Is this like a preview trailer? There is totally someone in the company who used this as, this was legitimately like a week trip that they went out and visited someplace and got these photos. And this exists 100% because someone in the company wanted a mini vacation to wherever this is. I can almost tell you right now, that's like 99% of the reason this exists. Oh no. Do I? Beautiful to the point of being cruel. Do I censor that? Do I? I don't know. A super dimensional catastrophe. What? Are they sleeping with each other? The winter of 2005, TigerTheMovie.com. Okay, we're looking this up. Bloomer pillow. Doesn't... What? Oh. I need to remember. One sec. I am so disappointed. I had to actually reload stuff. I'm so disappointed. I looked up that thing, and it doesn't even bring you to like no page. It isn't like it doesn't load something. It's like someone bought the domain at some point, and it's like an advertisement, basically, for some schmuck. At this point, they bought it and they just have it redirect to another website. So fuck them. So disappointed that that's the results from looking it up. Okay, here we go. I am so moved I unconsciously forgot about all the bad things in my life. I can't even remember the good things. Okay, I don't know who these guys are supposed to be. Let's assume that's Emiya, that's Ryder. Neon. Oh geez, even I, Kohaku, can't stop my tears. It's such a merciless take on love. Right, Hisui-chan? The movie is a masterpiece. Well, that's a development. That feels about right. That feels about right. Oh my goodness. He's gonna have to apologize. It's kind of hard to comment on what we just watched. A 2-hour daydream. Or some sort of poor life choice. Even Ryder looks like she doesn't know what to say.
あれはどういう映画なのでしょうか、シロ。
俺に聞かれても正直困る。
I wonder if it's alright to make a movie like that. Now, is it okay to show such a movie? I wish the movie theater would be a little more conscious of the fact that it's expected to offer entertainment. Or rather, I'd like them to stop showing this right now, before there's a second or third victim.
いや、しかし。
Were we the only two in the theater, maybe? Nah, I should be the one taking responsibility for choosing this to begin with. It's my fault for charging into a worthless movie just because the showtime was close. Oh, is that the main reason?
ああいうものはタイガやセイバーは楽しめるのでしょうか。
どうなんだろう。藤姉は大喜びの気がする。
Yeah, if Fujine is your target audience, then you failed at life. So, why do the two of us have to think about such difficult things after a movie? After waiting so long to come out to Shinto with Ryder, it makes me a little sad that our date is going to end.
とにかくいろいろと興味深かったのは事実です。
フォローサンキュー。ああ、まだ時間あるな。
He's just taking her responding to his thoughts in stride now, isn't he? Still too early for the 3 o'clock tea break, though. Again, we've got nothing to do. At this rate, we could wander around the seaside park and then hit the pool, but we didn't bring our bathing suits.
シロ、少々よろしいでしょうか。
ん？
この後、あそこの書店に寄らせてもらいたいのですが。
Sure, just do it now. We don't have anything to do, right? Ryder's pointing to Shinto's largest department store, Verde. If I remember correctly, Shinto's biggest bookstore is in there as well.
そうだな。俺も久しぶりに見てみたいし。
I think Ryder might be interested in a new book. Somehow this still resembles a date, right?
ああ、これが出ていましたか。
We walk around the bookstore together. Though I'm wondering what book Ryder's looking for. We first look at the news section. Then we go through the history, sports, monthly magazines, and so on. Okay. Okay. Day and age where you're not using your cell phone to just look stuff up. So people might actually just buy magazines to, like, supply people's random interest at, like, their living room or something. Sort of like a doctor's office or something. Ryder's really serious about looking for a book. I'm just casually paging through the magazines, but I'm more worried about the woman next to me. Well, what should I do now? Two of us pass by the fashion magazine corner, paying no attention to the colorful racks around us.
やっぱりもったいないよな。
Trying on clothes, deciding whether this or that fits Ryder, well, yeah, that's a bit difficult for me. When it comes to fashion, it definitely would have been better if Sakura or Tasaka were here. You could have called Tasaka.
シロ、
Her voice startles me. A mysterious pair of eyes are gazing at me from the other side of the rack. Did she figure out what I was thinking? I wave my hands hurriedly in an attempt to distract her. Here, look at the motion! The motion! Forget what you were thinking! That's always such a good strategy.
あ、いや、なんでもない。買うもの決まったか？
いえ、少し選ばせてください。シロの買い物はあるのですか？
Don't ask me, because there really isn't. Ryder's just looking at books, but I feel like a nuisance by hovering around her this whole time.
いや、少し辺りを歩いてくる。ここの入り口で待ち合わせよう。
わかりました。15分ほどお待ちください。
I'm sure this is the best for Ryder too. Leaving her behind, I exit the store. I check the directory to see what else Verde has.
一番上はアミューズメントか。
Have you never been here enough to know that? After this, we can check out the arcade upstairs. I'm not especially good at video games, but Ryder would probably be good at the physical games. Her motor skills and reflexes far exceed those of a human. No, wait. If Ryder goes all out on them, this will turn into something absolutely ridiculous.
ダメだな。ライダーが大暴れになったら言い訳がつかない。
In that case, we could try some coin-op games? It's not a bad idea, but it just doesn't feel right. Doesn't really fit. I forget, is she competitive? She's not competitive like Saber. Well, let's just try to find something that's fun. It doesn't matter if we're good or bad at it.
メンズファッション、レディース、カルチャー、レストランと。食料品&イートインは地下か。
Interesting that he's saying it out in English. The woman's fashion floor is in the middle, huh? I might bring Ryder there. I do actually sort of want to do this. I mean, I'm vaguely interested what direction they go. I had originally given up on the idea, but I'm having second thoughts now. We really should do something date-like for once. To just go home now would make all this be in vain. I've gone through this trouble to be here together with Ryder after all.
よし。
I think about what to do as I head back to the bookstore. Since it's come to this, I'm taking drastic measures. Rather than making some half-assed explanation, I'll just drag her straight there.
おかえりなさい、シロ。お待たせしましたか？
ああ、こっちこそ。で、こっちに来て、ライダー。
Make sure you don't tell her until she's actually in there. Yeah.
はい。何かシロの用事があるのでしょうか？
俺の用事というか、さくらの用事というか、ライダーの用事というか、あと。
目的が不明瞭ですね。とにかく私たちに関わる問題だと言いたいのでしょうか？
ああ、そういうこと。さくらと約束したからな。
Movement complete. Having successfully avoided saying anything to Ryder, we arrive at the ladies' floor. Shiro's ability to deceive goes up. He now qualifies for the assassin class when he comes back.
何ですかここは？
何言って、見ての通り、婦人用服飾品のコーナー。
私を測ったのですか、シロ？
A baseless attack on my reputation. So much for reading minds. It's impossible for me to pull off a gambit as risky as trying to deceive Ryder to begin with.
測ってない。説明しなかっただけ。口で丸め込むのは遠坂の箱で俺には無理だし。
そういうシロは遠坂凛の弟子ではないですか？師弟でこのような策謀の伝承を。
Man, you really think highly of her?
いや、その方面の弟子になった気はないです。
Really, eye jesters, I reply. I don't know if she believes me. Ryder grits her teeth as she glares at me.
シロ、こういうのは卑怯ですよ。
Yeah, I'm not gonna disagree with that part.
思う。けど、こうでもしないとライダー来てくれないだろ？
As soon as one even says the F in fashion, Ryder refuses immediately. To put it frankly, my desire to see Ryder dress up has outweighed my fear of her anger.
それに、さくらとも約束したからな。今日一日、ライダーの面倒を見るって。映画見て本屋に寄っただけじゃ、面白みに欠けるだろ？
確かにそうですが、それとこれとは。
それに、ここに来て服を選ぶのが当初の目的でもあったわけだし。
Although I had completely given up just a little while ago. Even if Sakura were here, I have a feeling that the scene would have played out basically the same way.
そういうわけで、面倒を見るからにはライダーの服を選ばないといけない。さくらは俺を信頼してライダーを任せてくれたんだし。
奇妙な論理で説得を試みますね、あなたは。
論理というより感情論なんだけどな。そもそも俺がいろんな服を着たライダーを見たいんだから。
It's something I sort of had been thinking about for a while now. Just just once I'd like to see her dressed up. Well, if I put it like that, then Ryder's sure to respond with,
しかしシロ、
そんなに可愛くありません？
It seems I've hit it right on as Ryder suddenly sinks into silence. Not true, of course, but her inferiority complex isn't something that can be wiped away in one day. When it comes to this, Ryder's pretty stubborn. Recently, how should I put this? I've started to get the feeling that that aspect of her is pretty cute in and of itself.
いろいろ試してみるべきだぞ。第一、ライダーは何着ても似合うんだから。
Her figure would not necessarily make everything look good on her. Well, I guess it depends how you do it. In my opinion. I mean, it wouldn't look bad is the better way of phrasing it, I think. When she gives me that look, I feel guilty, like I'm bullying her. Speaking of which, it must look like I'm hitting on her or something, especially from people just overhearing.
いや、誤解するなよ、ライダー。俺はライダーをいじめてるわけじゃなくて、さくらにこんなライダーはどうだと見せて楽しみたいのであり、俺の個人的興味もあり、決してライダーを笑い物にする気はないんであって。
Yeah, you went a little... You over-adjusted there. Crap. Even I don't understand what I'm saying anymore. I'm just going to screw myself over at this rate and embarrass Ryder. In that case, this calls for some truly extreme measures.
とにかくこっち来い!
I seize Ryder's hand. I feel her soft palm. In my haste, I think I'm turning this into something it shouldn't be. This is bad. Ryder has such gentle hands and they're unexpectedly tender. I wonder which of us is blushing more. Once it dawned on me that what I'm actually doing, I immediately took the lead to conceal my face and prevent Ryder herself from noticing.
シロ、
Yeah, this is going well. Without looking back, I leap into the store in front of us. If the store clerk in front of us noticed anything strange, she stifled it with a smile. Did she see anything that went on back there?
いらっしゃいませ。何をお探しでしょうか？
Oh, that little breath at the beginning.
俺が俺に探しているんじゃなくて、これが彼女が
No. Good way with your words there. I'm mentally panicking while I speak to the clerk. I haven't thought of anything to say.
こっちのライダーに似合う洋服がないかと思って。
Great way to start it.
ライダー？こちらのお客様ですか？
That's right. It's not like she knows who that is just by the name. Yep, I nod. Now all I have to do is sit back and watch as those two try out different outfits. I lift my head up in relief, knowing that the clerk will take care of everything after this. I thought that Ryder would be shooting me unhappy looks since I forcibly dragged her here, but...
そうです。
Ryder, who had been so unhappy right until now, is smiling. Thinking that she had finally settled back into a good mood, was about to breathe a sigh of relief when...
私の彼が可愛い格好をさせたいとお願いを。
She's going for revenge. She's going for revenge. She's going for revenge.
はい？
Boyfriend! No, not just a boy who's a friend, but my boyfriend. No, wouldn't that be like saying my darling?
そう、俺とライダーはですね。
The clerk keeps up her smile, although I half tricked Ryder to get her to come up here. Right now, I think she's even smiling warmly at me. Why is it that I'm the only one who feels helpless, even though the atmosphere suddenly improved?
いや、彼女は俺の姉みたいなもので。
シロ、そんな釣れないことを言わないでください。
Oh, she is so doing this on purpose.
さっきはあんなに私が可愛い綺麗だって言ってくれたではないですか。
There's no lie in what she just said, but it sure has some undertones to it. It almost sounds like I sweet-talked her into this.
綺麗な方ですね。モデルさんでもこちらのお客様ほどの方はいらっしゃいませんよ。
それは確かに折り紙もつけるし太鼓判も押します。でもそれは別の話で、俺とライダーは彼とか彼女とかそういうことではなくて。
In my panic, I vehemently deny everything. That is, I'd be really happy if I had someone like Ryder for a girlfriend, but I'm afraid that would be frightfully good luck. She really isn't my girlfriend. But here she is, twisting reality around and teasingly snuggling up against me.
可愛いでしょ。彼は私に一途なのに恥ずかしがり屋さんなのです。
Her whispers aren't directed at the clerk, but at me. In any case, I probably look like I'm trying to cover up my shyness. It's more effective on me than even a no phantasm. My heart is beating past its limit, and I become red up to my ears.
人がいないと積極的なのに、誰かに会うと私は姉みたいだとか保護者だとかつれないことを言うのです。ですので一つ努力して彼に可愛い俺の彼女だと言わせたいと。
By trying on clothes? Is that what this is going to turn into? Without thinking, I wildly look around as scanning for enemies. I think I would start crying if anyone were watching this, but I can't really hope that someone out there might give me a helping hand. No friends or enemies to be found. Well, there's one enemy right in front of us. Meanwhile, up close, Ryder's lip melts into an elegant smile.
ね、シロ、私のことを可愛がってくれますか？
いや、その言い方は誤解がものすごく。
そうですね。言葉より行動で証明してもらいたいです。私。
My feet are glued to the floor like Toffee. Toffee? What? Words. Is Ryder seducing me? Wait, from the clerk's point of view, the one doing the seduction would have been me, so Ryder just looks like she's returning the favor.
でしたら今年の秋冬で素敵なのがありますよ。
おすすめのがありますか？サイズはこんなに。
ええ、お客様くらいのスタイルだと映えますね。インポートものはお客様のような方に本来は合わせてありますので。
I should take a deep breath now that subject attention has changed.
シロ、
No, don't pounce on weakness. I don't even get a chance to do that. At the sound of my name, my brain somehow responds. She would just come out and say, "Forgive me, Shiro, was all a joke." I would gladly give her a year's worth of gratitude. I'd build her a temple and offer her a sacrifice right there. Who'd be the sacrifice, Fujine? Probably Fujine.
いや、ほら、俺はここでじゃない、向こうで待ってるから。
それは困ります。
She's blocked my only escape route. Stubborn. But I still feel like I can get out of this by challenging Ryder.
困るって、俺は困らないんだけど。
可愛いかどうかを見てくれるのはシロだという約束ですよ。まずシロが可愛いと言ってくれなければ私も判断に困ります。
So is she actually doing this to try to prove her point about her insecurity being right in some capacity? Force him to not be able to actually say that? Confirm, basically. What is she saying? That clerk over there has been trained to compliment you as much and as elaborately as you want. Now Ryder's actually clinging to my arm, if not just nuzzling up to me. It does make me kind of happy, but this can't end well.
シロ、一つ提案があるのですが。
なんだ、聞けることなら何でも聞くぞ。その代わりにこの手を。
服を選ぶのもいいのですが、ファッションはファウンデーションから揃えればより引き立つと伺っています。
Ah, fantastic. Like skincare or underwear?
あちらを選ぶのもシロに手伝ってもらえませんか？
Foundation, a base of something. Filled with dread, I look in the direction she's pointing.
それは、いや、まずい。
My legs begin trembling. Why am I frightened to the point of tears, you ask? I don't know. Okay, so She also might just be trying to scare him out of like it to the point that she gets to leave. Because she's telling me to go into the lingerie section. Yes, that's why. That's why I'm frightened to the point of tears. My body is assailed by a fit of shivering that turns my pores inside out.
ダメ、さすがにそれはダメだろう、ライダー。
釣れないことを言わないでください。私の下着姿は見たくないのですね。どうせ私は可愛くないですから。
An elaborate giant calling him on his bluff sort of concept here.
そんなことはない。だってそんなに綺麗じゃないか。
Jesus, I just blurted that out reflexively without even thinking. I've dug myself a hole so deep you could build a temple inside of it. He's really got temples on the mind.
私が綺麗だと言ってくれるのなら、ぜひとも一緒に選んでください。シロ。
ダメ、俺は男だし、あれはほら、男子禁制の結界の中じゃないか。絶対つまみ出されるって。
いいえ、お客様。一緒にインナーを女性と選ばれるお客様もいらっしゃいますよ。
I mean, if you were by yourself, yeah, you'd probably get kicked out. If you were someone who didn't look like you were actually with them, you'd probably get weird looks. If you were someone that you were, you know, yeah, probably no looks at all. Oh! That was just his sanity there. Okay, well, we gotta fix that. Put that right back into place. Use some duct tape. It's this damn store clerk with the worst timing tag teaming with me with Ryder now. That's what she said. Speaking of which, do such men even exist? The ones that have significant others? I know it sounds like a fantasy, Shiro, but you know, it might be a thing in someone's life. My highest possible respect for them, no joke.
ほら、前例はあります。シロ、私のを見たくありませんか?
The enchantress from the age of God smiles innocently. This is unfair. There's no way I can go against that. One by one, my various internal restraints are coming loose. Should I admit that I really want to see her, my sense of reason will surely start really melting away. The reckless excitement I feel about seeing Riders threatening to swallow me up to the point that I doubt I'll be able to go back home after. I'm at a loss for words. Ryder's hand is grasping my arm so affectionately. Even though her whispers are soft, her grip is quite firm.
論より証拠。一度シロに見てもらえばはっきりします。
And so she starts to drag me along. Even though I plant my feet and resist with all my might, she's so strong that I might as well resist being towed by a truck.
やっぱりストップ！待て、こんなんでいいのか、ライダーは。
私は構いませんよ。むしろ私にはインナーの審美眼もありませんから。
そういうのは見た目より機能性重視にしてくれ。
Even against my yes, a protest, Ryder doesn't ease up at all. I'm being pulled straight into the lingerie section.
確かに。ですが、それも加味した上で、シロにはぜひ。
Oh, so you can look at it and show Sakura. It's like, Emiya, pick this up for me.
ちょっと待って！
The land of lace and frills stretches out before me. I am greeted by a world that dazzles the senses, and with Ryder at that!
さて、どこから始めたものでしょうかね。
With death.
あれほどあると迷います。
You think I'm gonna be better? Why pink? Why pink? Why pink? Did that like... Oh. No, it was more like a hellish paradise. I don't really remember what happened after that. Oh, come on. I don't care about the underwear, but I actually was vaguely interested in what they'd like do for another outfit. Like whenever you take an established character and give them like other interesting outfits, that is interesting in its own right. They're teasing that. Yeah. Anyway, all I'll say is that Ryder was incredible in many ways.
こんなんだと今晩眠れない。
The one that Emiya is really attracted to out of all of them. I'm so worn out in more ways than one. As we were getting off the bus, Ryder had her usual cool expression on.
シロ、いつもの忠告ですが、急須猫を噛むと言います。あのように傘にかかって攻め立てる以上は、爪の甘さは逆に死を招きますよ。
That really is how it turned out. I tried my best to get Ryder to try on some different clothes, but she turned the tables on me in the end.
それに、女性をあまりからかうものではありません。
No one was teasing you.
私ですからあの程度でしたが、さくらや凛ならさぞかし痛烈な反撃を。
As we walked in line, I nod yes to each point of Ryder's sermon. Eventually okay, so it really was her trying to teach him a lesson. I suppose it wasn't about what I thought it was at first, but okay. Eventually she did try on a bunch of different clothes, but I had gone in such a useless state that we didn't end up buying anything. I think it just kept saying, yeah, okay, something towards the end.
ですね。今日はいろいろお世話になりました。
ああ、そうだな。
I noticed this evening, and we reached the road home. Like I promised Sakura, I was Ryder's companion for the day.
でもライダーが楽しそうだったからよかった。
At first I wasn't sure how things would go. Not only did lunch go by uneventfully, the movie was pretty strange as well. Yeah, a little. And nothing good came out of forcing the situation at Verde. Still, if Ryder really had fun firing back at me, then maybe it wasn't so bad after all.
シロは楽しかったのですか？
Does trauma count as fun? Is it Stockholm Syndrome at a point? At hearing the question, I can't help but wonder. Rather than enjoying it, in the end I worked my tail off accompanying her. But even then, I guess I could say that my answer wouldn't be much different than hers.
私はシロが楽しそうでしたから満足しました。
Two people hoping the other person's having fun. None of them focusing on actually having fun themselves. An answer that considers the feelings of the other. Timidity? Is that an actual word? Or just, I've never heard timid used in that form. Or just a lack of confidence? No, it's more because we really don't know how to feel about all this. With a sigh, I think about Sakura, who should have been with us.
さくらがいればさくらは楽しかったかな。
どうでしょう。
She would have had fun watching at the very least, I think. A vague reply. I don't know, but if Sakura were here, I have a feeling that the peace and quiet right now on the familiar road home would have had an entirely different feel to it. In a way, it's a bit of a happiness that's also hard to come by.
さて、ただいまとさくらに何と報告するかな。
ありのままを伝えましょうか。
そんなことすると焼かれるし怒られるし、俺は恨む。
If she said something like, "Next time, please look at me, senpai," I'd be in really big trouble. No, I could sort of imagine her saying that, but I can't see it with an exclamation point at the end. I feel like Emiya expects her to be a lot more forward if she ever is brazen. Maybe like years down the line, but man. Yeah, I'm just beat for today. As I sigh for the thousandth time. Yeah, that's about how I felt after work today.
今日はありがとうございました。
Wait. She just kissed me lightly on the forehead.
今のはライダー。
The final nail in the coffin.
落ち着いてください。慌てているとセイバーやサクラに感づかれますよ。
そんなことじゃなくて、悔しいな。
Touching my forehead, I sigh. If I did that, it would just seem conceited and unnatural. It probably only looked cool because she was the one doing it. Being beautiful sure is an advantage.
ライダーは今でも美人だけど、もし男でも憎たらしいほどかっこよくて綺麗だったと思う。
シロが女性だったらサクラほどに放っておけないほど一途でけなげな子だったと思いますよ。
Maybe, I don't know. I don't think Sakura is quite as much like that as Emiya tends to be, but she's patronizing me again. Writers without peer when it comes to that.
おかえりなさいライダー。今日はどうだった？先輩もお疲れ様です。ご飯できてますから。
ただいま戻りました。楽しかったですよ。サクラの分も楽しませていただきました。
Is that gonna make her suspicious? Or surprised? Or nope, just gonna end there? Okay. Well, that was... a lot of things went in directions I wasn't expecting there. That was fun. That was fun, I suppose. Oh, boy. Oh, what else might have people recommended? So I think, yeah, the last date, and then continuing the story to the ends. I think I've probably done, like I said before that I was going to come back to it, but I think I've done most of the stuff I would have come back and tried to do, that sort of thing. So I might just end it at that point too. And like I said, go through the ones I hadn't done to get the epilogue and whatnot. So, I'm going to leave at least this one here for now. And I will see you all next time. Drive safely, everyone.